people who believe in God and people who doesn't believe in God, which we call atheists. From your perspective, does God really exist? And if yes, what or who is he?
Now, such a question is like a person who is blind asking whether light exists or not. If we answer the question that light exists to a blind person, that it makes no sense at all. During Buddha's time, there was a person was brought to Buddha who was blind. Why he was brought to the Buddha? Because the disciples of the Buddha were trying to convince him about the existence of light. And because he was blind, he couldn't see light, he refused to believe that there was something called light. So what happened? They brought him in the presence of the Blessed One and told him, look, this guy refused to believe that light exists. Then the Buddha responded and he said, this guy needs a physician, a doctor, a surgeon to cure him of his blindness, not a Buddha, not a philosopher. Because otherwise, how can a person who is blind be convinced about light if he's blind? Nevertheless, I'm going to answer just to give an indication, because who knows, my words could help the person to become a bit more, develop some thirst. My experience is that something like God, so great, infinite, and everything, has to be experienced. You cannot be the subject of question and answers. You say God is something to be experienced, and only God exists only in your experience. Only for the person who has experienced God, God only exists. For everybody else, it doesn't exist. So from this perspective, for me, almost everyone except for the enlightened one or atheists, because they don't know, they only believe. And when you believe, it makes no sense. You believe in God. More than 98% living on this planet believe in God. And just look at the world, it makes no sense. What does it mean for any person walking on the street to say, I believe in God? It doesn't bring any change. It simply has no sense at all. According to my experience, and to those of mystics who have tread the earth, God is an infinite ocean of energy, conscious ocean of energy. And the whole existence is His manifestation. He is an infinite ocean of pure energy, pure beyond imagination, with infinite possibilities, fully conscious. And whole creation is but a modification of Him. Now, as I said earlier, this answer won't help the questioner or whomsoever at all if the person does not experience it. It becomes just like, you have knowledge about sugar, you have knowledge about ITC or knowledge about medicine, biology, chemistry, but you don't have an ounce of experience. It makes no sense at all. So God is an invitation. Is an invitation for experience. God has to be experienced. Then only it makes some sense, to talk about God. Yeah.